what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you my top favorite Morphe brushes that I use personally, from like face to eyes to eyebrows to foundation, sponges, and whatnot. So yeah, I have a couple of them here, and it's 11/11, make a wish. I made a wish. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to start off, I have like a whole bunch of the brushes here. I'm going to start off by face. Yeah, let's start with eyebrows. So for eyebrows, I really like this brush. It's from the new Rose Gold collection. This is the R44 brush. It looks like this. It's really nice. It's angled and it's pretty dense, which is good to pick up powder product. It's a synthetic bristle, which allows you to use it with cream or powder, which is really nice, especially for eyebrows. I use it for my Anastasia Dip Brow, and I also really like it because the spoolie on the other side helps to blend out the product. So this is a really good brow brush for eyebrows, the R44. Next, after brows, I normally do my eyeshadow, so I'm going to start with, I have a few eyeshadow brushes here. So let's start with the Crease. So I'm going to start with transition shade brushes, blending brushes, whatever. These are just two really nice, big, fluffy brushes for blending. This one is the Morphe M441. Sorry if my brushes are dirty, I used them today. This one is a really good brush just to really get into that socket area right above the crease, just for transition shade. And then I also like it with no additional product, just to buff out any harsh edges, just to make sure that everything is nice and seamless. And then same goes for the R40. This one is a new one from the Rose Gold collection, pretty similar to the M441. It just has a little bit more of a tapered edge at the tip of the brush, so that's really nice to place the color down in the crease and get more precise. So these are my two favorite for transition / blending. As far as depositing color, hello, focus on me, thank you so much. As far as depositing color into the crease, I really like the M433, which I'm sure you guys know. It's like the most popular one. It's the one that is super well known for being a dupe for the MAC 217 brush. And then they also came out with a new brush called R39, again from the Rose Gold collection. Pretty much the same exact brush, just in the rose gold color, and it's a beautiful brush. I love it. These two I like because they're flat. They're a paddle-shaped brush, so they're pinched right here at the ferrule. Sorry, it's distracting. So they're pinched right here at the ferrule, which makes the bristles really nice and dense and squished together, which creates that paddle-shaped. And the bristles are nice and short, so again, it's dense. So I like to use it kind of like a little flat bed into the crease to deposit the color, and then I'll just buff it out. The edges of the brush are still really fluffy, so it's still going to help you to blend, but the density of the brush is going to pack on the color, and the paddle shaped of the brush is what keeps it so precise. Yeah, it's my favorite. And next, for packing on the lid, like lid shades, like shimmer shades or matte shades, these are my two favorites. I'm going to start with the M421. I've used this so many times that the name is like worn out, but I have tons of these. Like I have at least 10 or 12 of this specific brush alone. I also really like the R43. Again, this is a new one from the Rose Gold collection, but I've just been obsessed with it. It's a really short, dense packing brush, but I love this one specifically for matte shades. For shimmers, it's really nice because, again, it's synthetic, so it's going to pick up and deposit a lot of product. But I love it for matte shades because matte shades are typically hard to kind of pick up the product and pack it on. This one does a really great job at that. I also use the M421 for cleaning up under my eyebrow to carve out my brows. If you guys want to see a brow tutorial, let me know and I can do one, because I've actually never done that before. So I would love to show you guys how I do my brows, because before I put on my brows, I actually have like little to no brow hair. So yeah, it's really cool how that happens. Makeup is awesome. To finish off the eyes, I like to smudge my lower lash line, so I use the E18 for this. I've also been going back to that packing brush, the R43. I've been using this, like I used this today to like smudge my lower lash line, and it was nice. But if I want it really, really smoky, I'll use the Morphe E18 brush, because this one's like a really nice bullet-shaped brush. It's a pencil brush, but it's, again, a little bit shorter, a little bit denser. It's rounded, so it's really going to help smoke all that color out, and it's amazing. I love it. It's so easy to blend. You can also use it to deposit color in the outer crease of the eye, like the outer corner in the crease. It's a really great multi-purpose brush and I love it. So moving on to the face, I'm going to start with foundation. I typically don't use a brush anymore. I just use a beauty sponge. I've been using the Morphe one and it's amazing. I love the red one. I had the black one. I gave it to a friend of mine because she wanted it, and I'm an amazing friend, so I gave it to her. But I do have the red one and the mini sponges that they came out with. They're completely dirty. It's kind of embarrassing to show, but I use them all the time for under my eye for my concealer. But this one I use for foundation and under my eyes, and it's freaking amazing. I'm obsessed with this sponge. Honestly, I like it way better than the original Beauty Blender. It's dense, but it's like still really squishy. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it doesn't absorb a lot of my product, which I love, because the original Beauty Blender does absorb a lot of my product, and I find that I'm not getting the coverage that I want with my foundation. But with this sponge, I do find that it helps keep my skin looking really light and fresh and natural when I'm applying my foundation. It just melts into the skin really nicely, but it also adds the coverage, which is really nice. I'll use it to set my translucent powder under my eye as well, a little bit damp, and it's amazing. I love it. I have this one in a box because the other one that I have that I use today is like super, super dirty, and again, embarrassing. The next brush is the E56. This is an Elite brush. This is an old Elite brush from the first collection, but they still have it in the second collection, and then the Elite 2 is just in a different color, and again, it's dirty. But it's, again, a nice paddle-shaped brush. It's pinched at the ferrule, so it keeps the bristles nice and short and together, so it's dense. And this will definitely give you full coverage. I typically take the foundation on the back of my hand, pick it up, dab it on, and just kind of stipple it on until it's like pretty much there, and then I'll just buff it out. Oh, I didn't get an under eye setting brush. Hold please. Oh, I didn't get a concealer brush. What the heck? Okay, so after I lay down the foundation, I'll go in with concealer. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I use the beauty sponge for my under eye concealer just to blend it all out. But if you prefer a brush, the E8 is an amazing brush for concealer. It's a nice rounded contour brush, but I like it for concealer just because it's nice and dense, but it's still really fluffy. So I'll like kind of pack the concealer under my eye and then just kind of dab it on back and forth, and then whatever like is left over, I'll just kind of do little circular motions to buff it out. As far as setting the face, I have been obsessed with the R2 brush by Morphe. Again, from the Rose Gold collection. I know it's a new collection, but I just bought a shit ton of these and they're so bomb. Again, for under eye, I've been using the beauty sponge to set my concealer with powder. If you don't want to use a sponge though, I would do the E49 by Morphe. It's a really nice paddle-shaped brush that comes to a tapered point at the top, and this fits perfectly just right under the eye area. This brush is amazing just to lightly set, so you're not going to be like creasing or having really heavy cakiness under the eye, which is really nice with this brush. Usually when I go in with my powder, right after I'll do like my bronzer, my contour or whatever. These two brushes are amazing. I am right now using the M523 for my bronzer. It's a really popular one for contouring. Again, paddle shaped. I love my paddle shaped brushes. It's pretty dense, but it's still really nice and fluffy. It's a goat hair bristle, so this is really nice for powder product. It doesn't pick up a heavy amount of product, which is why I love it, especially for bronzer. You don't want to go really heavy-handed. You just want to go in very lightly and build from there. Lately for my contour, I've been using the Morphe R8. So bomb, you guys. This brush is freaking amazing. I'm obsessed with it. It's a really flat, like square, rectangular shaped brush. It's really similar to the NARS Ita brush, I would say, because it's like, again, goat bristle, so it is a natural bristle, so you want to use a powder product with it. I will go in and I'll like create the line to carve it out and just buff it up and down like this. I mean upward obviously, but using up and down motions to buff it out, and it looks amazing. It carves out your cheeks so well. I just really like this brush. It's so pretty. I love it. For blush, I'm obsessed with the Morphe E4. I've been obsessed with this brush literally ever since it came out. It's freaking amazing. It's like an angle brush, but it's pretty flat at the tip or at the top of the brush. so it fits right on top of the cheekbones perfectly, but it's really fluffy too. It's not like super dense. I feel like the flatness of the tip will deposit the color, but it being so fluffy will help to really buff it out so you're not looking like a clown packing on so much pink blush. A lot of people also use this for like bronzing, which is really good. Just have the angle point kind of facing downward and then just like bronze this way. It's a really good brush. Multi-purpose for sure. For sure. And last but not least, for highlights, this is my favorite highlight brush of all time. This is a Morphe M310 brush. It's a nice fan brush. It's freaking amazing. It's super dirty and disgusting. I use it all the time, but it is so good for highlight. What I'll do is I'll deposit, let's say this is my highlighter, I'll take the flat side of the fan, pick it up back and forth, tap off the excess, and then again just like back and forth. And then if I'm going to go in with another color, I'll just like kind of swipe it and then just swipe it on, and it deposits so much product. This is the only fan brush, or actually the only highlight brush that I've used that has literally changed my highlight game. Not even joking. I mean, look at my highlight right now. It's pretty fleeky. No? Yeah, it is. It's fleeky. I love you. Alright, so that pretty much concludes all of my favorite Morphe brushes, at least everything that I can think of. If I'm missing any brushes, please let me know down below and I will write them in the description box for you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a requested video, so thank you to the girl who requested this video. You're so sweet. Let me know what other videos you guys would like to see down below, please. I could definitely use some ideas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed already, and follow me on Snapchat. I post a lot there, or Instagram as well. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm trying to be way more active on Twitter. It's hard. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Mwah! You guys are amazing. I'll see you soon. Bye.